Hi, my name's Dunk, and this here's my man Ted. And today we are at Hayburn State Park in the state of Idaho.
Duncan Ted's Excellent Adventures.
And not only is Hayburn an absolutely gorgeous place, it also happens to be the very first state park in the entire Pacific Northwest. So the story goes, back in the early 20th century, there was a man named Hayburn. He also happened to be a senator from the state of Idaho, and he thought it'd be really cool if Idaho had its own national park. So he rallied in Congress, he did the best he could, and he had to settle for the first state park in the state of Idaho and the entire Pacific Northwest. So, something that is really cool is that this man right here signed the legislation that created Hayburn State Park back in 1908. Thanks, Ted. Mwah, you're my man. Um, and so, still to this day, 112 years later, Idaho still does not have a single national park, with the exception of a small sliver of Yellowstone National Park, technically being in the state of Idaho. Outside of that, Idaho still does not have a national park. However, that doesn't mean Idaho isn't worthy, because it is absolutely one of the most beautiful states in the country, if you ask me. So, Ted and I are going to get back to hiking here, but thanks for signing the legislation that created this place. In 1907, Senator Weldon Hayburn of Idaho introduced two bills in Congress aimed at creating a national park in Idaho. Both bills, unfortunately for Senator Hayburn, stalled in the House. In 1908, a wording change was added to one of the bills, changing the park from a national park to a state park without Senator Hayburn's knowledge. The modified bill was passed and signed into law by President Theodore Roosevelt on April 30th, 1908.